Hey everybody, bringing you another repair today on a 2007 Acura TL Type S. The power steering O-rings are worn out because it's making a whining noise, therefore it's expanded and air is getting past it. You have an O-ring right here underneath these two 10mm bolts. What you want to do is make sure that you have a rag to catch any and all fluid that may develop once it's removed. And then you also have another 10mm bolt right there. See if we can focus in on that. Right there in the center. See if I can point it out right there. So that comes off of this power steering hose, which is connected to the housing of the power steering unit. 10mm is all you need. A rag. I would use a 10mm ratcheting wrench for this one because it's very difficult to get to, and obviously a regular 10mm either with a ratchet or a battery powered gun. Would not use air powered. These are very frail bolts. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to use a 10mm deep on a 1/4" ratchet here. Just crack that loose and take it off. Okay, and as you can see here, I've taken off the bolts and there's a rag down there just for good measure. I would suggest putting these two bolts somewhere in a very safe place. Usually a magnet tray is good so you don't lose them. Let's see if we can get some good lighting here. Isn't it amazing? Lighting is never where you need it to be. Frustrating. Okay. So then you just wiggle this back and forth a little bit, a little up and down, and of course a little fluid came out, no big deal, and that's going to catch it. So we're going to go ahead and change the O-ring on that. Actually, that one looks pretty good, so we don't need to bother with that. That one, by the way, there's two different O-rings. I just want to be specific about it. So this number right here, I'll hold it there for a second while you take a screenshot or something. You'll notice that it's red. And this here O-ring is the one that goes to this one. Then you have the secondary one, which we'll be doing in a moment. That's the number right there, 91345 RDA A01. That's the one that goes on this hose right here. They're a little bit different in size. The first one we're doing, as you can see, maybe a little difference in size. So this one goes to the top one, this one goes to the bottom one. Okay, be right back. Okay, so now that we're reassembling this, just give it a little tightness here by hand. Okay, give it the good old German measurement, good and tight. All right, now we're going to work on this one right here. I'll be right back with that. I'm going to use a 10mm wrench. Again, the rag is there. Any kind of residual fluid, because it is corrosive, when you're removing it, if it gets on the belt or other components, do yourself a favor and have it clean it up. Basically, you don't want it to eat through the rubber or any other rubber components. And we'll be right back removing. All right, so I was able to crack the 10mm head bolt. And then you can see you can walk it out with your finger. Just make sure you're going counterclockwise, takes it out. And make sure you got your rag underneath there. And don't drop this bolt. Don't want to do that. If you do, make sure you got yourself a magnet sticking around. There's a good magnet right there from Snap-on. Okay, and then we just simply back that out, keep it standing up. Now in other videos, I checked them out on YouTube, they tell you to disconnect the hose here. Totally unnecessary. And we're going to pause here so we can change it out. It is dripping out a little bit, so we want to save as much as we can in there. I would like to take a moment to make a notation here. The O-ring apparently seems to be still in the housing. It's not here on the neck. So we'll have to take a moment and fish it out with a pick. Okay, so here I got my Milwaukee pick, and you just simply walk it out like that. And it dropped right there on a rag, no big deal. So it looks like it may have been replaced at one point or another, because it is red. Usually the aftermarkets are black, but we got genuine original equipment Honda, aka Acura, and that's what we're going to be putting back in. That's going to be this guy right here. Be right back. So as you can see here, I've placed the new O-ring on there, and then you just give it a little push in, and then we'll put the bolt back in. Gotta be a little ambidextrous for this, holding a camera and fixing a car at the same time. So here we go. Tightening it in, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Just walk it in by spinning it. I don't know if you can see, I apologize. Alright, so there it's finger tight. We're gonna just give it a little snug with a wrench. 10 millimeter. Again. 1 and 2. And one more for good luck. Now, I would like to take a moment here to identify the proper fluid. You go to any auto parts store, on the shelf you'll see 2 types of power steering fluid. One that does every single car out there, and then of course one that does specifically only Hondas. Make sure you get the right ones. Honda's very specific about their fluids, whether it's Honda or Acura. Good luck to everybody out there. If you like the video, please like it, spread the word, and we'll see you back for another video shortly. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.